amazing. And then TJ's friends posted some photos on Facebook about it. And when we were leaving to go to the zoo, TJ's neighbor had these two huge cameras set up and some kind of recording equipment and stuff. So I imagine he was taking stills from one camera and video from another because he had a big tent over it, over the equipment and everything. And it was just, absolutely amazing to see that.
Huh. Yeah, the only thing interesting
Did
here...
you see it?
I was here. The only thing interesting here was looking out the window at the people looking up at the sky.
Oh, they were looking at, did they have glasses?
Yeah, somebody in the mall was giving out glasses, I guess.
Oh,
so.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we had stopped up there in New Jersey at a store, but they weren't carrying them, and they were disappointed because usually that kind of a store carries everything.
All right, let's go to the telephone. Good morning, you're on the air.
Morning, guys, and welcome back, Robin.
Thank you so much, Hugh.
You know what? We're so glad you had a wonderful trip up there, and that we prayed for your safety and your safe return, and everything's working out pretty good, I guess.
Oh, thank you so much. Prayers were heard because I'm here. Thank you.
Right, exactly. Did you by chance get a drive-by Trump Tower?
No, we did not. There were TJ had said there have been protesters out there every day, so we didn't go by there.
Yeah, I guess it's quite a tourist attraction right now with the demonstrations and everything else. So I was just wondering if you had maybe gone by it just to see. I guess there's barricades all over the place, and it's kind of a mess to get through there.
Yeah, that's what TJ was saying. He said he just can't understand. People should have better things to do than that.
You weren't far from
it.
I know.
You were at you at St. Patrick's, so you were just down the road from it. So.
Yeah, but we didn't want to go up there.
Larry was talking about spending a lot of time in an airport, which I unfortunately had to do several times myself. In fact, just recently, almost 4 hours. And boy, I'm telling you, it's so disgusting the prices that they charge you in the airports, and you're trapped in there. Other than thank God for like a McDonald's or a Wendy's, that the prices are basically the same everywhere else. But if you wanted to go for a beer, $10 for a glass of beer, that's a joke. And it's some of the food places are ridiculous too. But it's kind of a fun place to be in the airport because I'm kind of like a person watcher person, and people are always interesting to me. And time usually goes by pretty fast.
The most interesting thing about the Tampa airport yesterday, and they're redoing it, so there's a lot of construction. But anyway, they closed the men's room, and I said, "You can't close the men's room. You can't close the men's room." Well, there's a long hallway that goes to the Marriott Hotel. So I had to walk down the hallway to get to the Marriott Hotel bathroom. And that hallway is like a mini museum. It's cool. They got airplane flight memorabilia and stuff like that.
Neat.
So that was the coolest part of the visit.
Yeah, airports are pretty interesting. I know, like Milwaukee's airport, they got Billy Mitchell, who is from the Milwaukee area. They got a whole museum of aircraft and stuff there that you could spend a couple hours in there reading all the stuff, and it's very, very interesting. So airports to me are they're a fun place, and time usually goes pretty fast. The big thing is they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah,
they are expensive.
They
are expensive.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, welcome back, Robin. Thanks for having a safe trip, and I really, really missed you.
Oh, thanks.
Everybody missed you,
Robin. Thank you so much.
Missed you.
Gosh, good to hear your voice.
Me and Joe couldn't cut it without you. Just couldn't cut it.
I'm sure you guys did fine, though, because I saw the videos that we put up there.
Yeah, but you don't hear the show when you do it. That's the problem. You can't hear this right now. All right, let's see. Yesterday we had a story, and I didn't hear anybody else using the story of the possibility that Navy battleship, was it a battleship? What was it?
Yes.
A destroyer? Warship, I'll just call it. There was nobody else who had this story that the accident might have been caused because the thing was hacked. The computers that operate the ship were hacked. We had that story yesterday, and I got it from one of the news sources that we get. So,
gosh.
Anyway, in today's news, the commander of that ship has been dismissed.
Oh my gosh!
The commander of the Navy's Asia-based 7th Fleet, of the fleet, was dismissed this morning, after a series of warship accidents raised questions about its operations in the Pacific. A two-sentence statement issued by the Navy said Admiral Scott Swift, commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, had relieved Vice Admiral Joseph O'Cohen due to a loss of confidence in his ability to command, unquote. The move follows 4 Navy accidents in the Pacific since late January, including 2 collisions that left sailors dead and missing.
Oh my gosh. So this was, oh, wow. God.
Here's the stupidest story of the day.
Okay.
You ready for the stupidest story of the day?
Yes, I am.
ESPN confirmed that it decided to pull play-by-play announcer Robert Lee from the University of Virginia's September 2nd football game with William and Mary because it might be seen as insensitive because of the similarity of the announcer's name to the Confederate general of the same name.
Oh my God. Now this is really off the deep end.
Stupidest story of the day.
It is. It is. We've got to do something about, this is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Man, that is really stupid. To pull him because of his name, because they fear repercussions.
That is the stupidest thing. I believe he's Asian. I thought I read somewhere he was Asian or of Asian descent. And I don't even know that plays a part in this, but what I'm trying to say is that even his relatives couldn't have been connected to the other Robert Lee.
No,
the one with
sure.
the E middle name.
My gosh.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, Larry, Robin. With these ships, they have what they call a CIC, and that their job is to keep the bridge of the ship, which is the command center, really, and they keep that bridge and the officers on that deck informed as to what's going on around them. And these 2 ships seem to have a problem. You can't rely on electronic devices. It all comes back to the person in charge, the commander of that ship, be a captain, an ensign, bosun's mate, or whatever. He is the last word on that ship, and he has that responsibility. The only thing I can tell you is we were in a port. The captain and the executive officer were called off to the Mediterranean Command for a series of meetings that left the first lieutenant in charge. And the storm came in, and the storm caused us to break away from our moorings alongside what they call a breakwater or a key. And there was a lot of damage done to the ship, etc., etc. Even though the captain was elsewhere on official business, he wound up being responsible to accumulate all the data, reports, etc. And like I said, the captain of that ship, whether he's a bosun's mate or commander or a captain or an admiral, he is he's where the buck stops, period.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
And anything at sea, you don't rely on the latest gimmicks. I can remember when Loran came out, you couldn't rely on that stuff at that time.
I hear what you're saying. If I ever get one of those self-driving cars, I'm going to consider myself responsible, even if the thing is supposed to drive itself. I'm still going to be driving it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, unless they take the steering wheel.
This is what it comes down to. You're the owner or the operator or everything else. They're the last word.
Yeah.
And they are where the buck stops, period. And to me, these guys, both these ships, the captains or skippers or whatever, that's what you would call them basically. They caused the death and damage of a multi-billion-dollar ship. You really think they deserve more than a little slap on the wrist? I certainly
Well, that's
do.
a really good point. I know, even if they were hacked, I hear what you're saying. Even if they were hacked, they should have been there to override whatever the hacking was doing.
Technically speaking, you have a bridge gag. Technically speaking, you still perform the manually the operation and location of that ship, where it's going, what's happening.
Makes sense.
You have to take into everything, weather, tides, currents, and your surrounding areas, all times.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that these people were either relying on a computer to keep their ship safe. There is something wrong.
Yep.
And I think the Navy's got to really overhaul what the hell they've done since I've been in the Navy anyway.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you. We got to go. We'll be right back. Thank you for your thoughts on that. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pam Puso.
I love all the people of our country.
President Trump at a campaign-style rally in Phoenix, taking aim at the media for its criticism of his comments about the violence in Charlottesville.
I spoke out forcefully against hatred, bigotry, and violence, and strongly condemned the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, and the KKK.
Outside the rally, a protest where several arrests were made. Relieved of duty, the commander of the Navy's 7th Fleet. The dismissal follows a series of mishaps in the Pacific, 2 of them fatal. Ballooning to $700 million, tonight's Powerball jackpot.
If there is a single winner, they could take the $700 million in an annuity paid out over 29 years, or the cash option of just over $443 million before taxes.
Fox's Rich Dennison. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is the sound of a brand new outdoor grill being hurled off a 20-story building. Now a stylish glass coffee table. An electric guitar. These are the things you could enjoy all